Good evening, gamers, and welcome to Tricky Jim. Thank you so much for tuning in. We've got an exciting night ahead, as it is the official pre-release window time allotment for Perfect Order, the newest Pokemon trading card game set. We are officially allowed to start our pre-releases in 3 minutes, as it is now 11:57 on Friday, March 13th. Saturday is when you are allowed to run pre-releases. So this is going to be one of the very first pre-releases held for Perfect Order here in Akron. We're at Full Grip Games tonight, and I am very excited about the turnout. As we can see from the tournament hall downstairs, it looks like things are bumping here at the shop. Our midnight pre-releases have been really well attended by our local players, so huge shout outs to our local Pokemon TCG scene for making the trip out to crack some new packs from Perfect Order. And I'm curious to hear what you all back home are excited about from this set. For me, it's gotta be Meowth EX. Gotta be the nice secret art Meowth EX. That card is sweet. I'm quite excited about that. And then, of course, we're gonna get to watch these players open their kits, open their booster packs on the tabletop here. I'll have 4 featured guests opening their kits, so we'll get to witness 4 players opening at the same time, which will be really cool. And then they are going to be building their decks for us live, and then players will play 3 rounds and earn extra packs based on their performance. And when players are done with their 3 rounds, I have invited everybody in attendance to open their booster packs, their bonus packs at the end, open those on stream. So we'll get to watch 4 people open their kits, and then we'll get to watch some battles, which will be a lot of fun. And then we'll get to watch even more booster packs get opened in kind of like a rapid fire, setting at the end, which is honestly the best part of these pre-releases and the way that we do them now at Full Grip Games. Is really cool getting to see what everybody pulls. And I think for Phantasmal Flames, we got to see... Is there a secret rare Charizard in Phantasmal? There's got to be, right? Yeah. The Charizard. That's right. That's the Flames part of the Phantasmal. That's right. Yes. So we did get to see a secret art Charizard get opened for the Phantasmal Flames pre-release, which is really dope. While we're getting started here, I want to do a quick shout outs to sponsor Dragon Shield. They've got 2 brand new sleeve colors on the way, Amazonite and Pink Sapphire. They are kind of like the sparkly rendition of these 2 colors. It's kind of like a sparkly magenta and like a sparkly blue, like aqua blue color. They're really beautiful. They're going to be debuting at the end of the month here, so definitely make sure to check those out when they drop. They are really very nicely colored sleeves, and of course, Dragon Shield makes the best sleeves for favorite tabletop games like the Pokemon trading card game. You can find these on dragonshield.com. Use code TrickyJim at checkout for 5% off your order. Also gives me a kickback when you use that code on dragonshield.com. So it's a win-win for all of us, chats. A win-win. There we go. 2 brand new Dragon Shield colors. Shout out to Dragon Shield. Thank you so much for sponsoring the channel. Also, shout outs to Full Grip Games for sponsoring the channel and for hosting this awesome midnight pre-release for us here in Akron, Ohio. Beautiful Akron, Ohio. I'm very excited. I've been working on the production side of things. I've got face cams set up down here, and as if you've been watching, then you've seen that I've been working on face cams, but now I've got 2 additional cameras down there. So we've got this one, of course, you can kind of see that camera there to the right of the screen. Yeah, I've got two additional face cams down there. So I've got the center cam, which obviously is like the pan zoom tilts, and then I've got 2 face cams, top down cam. Oh yeah, it's popping on the production front. So excited about that. That's something that I've been able to add to the setup just this week. So stoked to give that a try tonight, see how that works out. Now, as far as Perfect Order goes, if you are interested in the upcoming metagame, well, we've got a lot of content on just that, as Jesse Parker and I have been doing our post-rotation streams together on Tricky Gym, which you can find the stream VODs right there on Tricky Gym YouTube channel. And Jesse and I have been going through new decks, kind of dissecting the metagame, seeing what's going to be good in our upcoming post-rotation formats. Full Grip Games is also hosting a huge doubleheader, $6,000 cash doubleheader at the end of the month. At the end of the month, March 28th and 29th. A Perfect Order 6K. We've got a $3,000 cash standard event, post-rotation formats featuring the newest cards from Perfect Order happening on March 28th, and a Gym Leader Challenge event featuring the newest cards from Perfect Order on March 29th. Definitely make sure to tune in for that. That is in just a couple of weeks. So very much looking forward to it. My buddy Cole is going to be helping me out with the casting duties for the weekend. He is helping to run the pre-release tonight and also casted last week's base fossil tournament with me. He's casted a bunch of tournaments with me here on the channel, so excited about that. It's going to be a great time. Definitely try to make it out if you're in the area. It's always a blast. These are some incredible events. And if you place well, then you can qualify for our Full Grip $5,000 cash invitational. If you place well in the standard event, this is going to be the first ever Full Grip Games 5K invitational. There are 3 ways to qualify. Top 8ing one of our release weekend 3Ks is one of them. So anybody who top 8s gets a free invitation to the Full Grip 5K. You could get to the finals of one of our League Cups this season, or you can be the winningest player at Standard League Night. So those are the 3 ways to qualify. But anybody who makes a trip out to one of our 3Ks could just spike an invite. There's probably going to be about 50 invites total for this 5K. So if you're one of 50 players, there's a $5,000 cash pool up for grabs amongst those invitees. And we're keeping a list of the players that have been invited so far. This is the invite list right here for the invitational. We've got 32 players invited so far. So, going to be a great time. Definitely make sure to check that out. And it looks like things are getting rolling down in the tournament hall. So let's head down and see what awesome cards we've got in store. Now, I did take a look at the promos for the build and battle kits. Well, there's the Barbaracle. There's a Tyrantrum. There's, I think is it 2 grass Pokemon and 2 fighting Pokemon? There's Barbaracle, Tyrantrum. There's I think there's like maybe a couple of grass guys. Here, I'm gonna look it up. Superior. That's right. There is Superior. Oh, and Doublade. That's the other one. Superior and Doublade. Looks like we're still waiting for players to get set up on our feature match table. So while we're waiting for that, I'll kick us over to the desktop real quick so we can check out those pre-release promos. Yeah. Tyrantrum has got 180 hit points, and the tyrannically gutsy ability, which says if this Pokemon has any special energy attached, it gets plus 150 hit points. Holy cow. 330 hit points on this guy. That's crazy. And we know that there is the rocky fighting energy in this set. So you can combo that with Tyrantrum. Give this thing 330 hit points. That seems insane. And then it's got the Wreak Havoc attack, 160 damage for 2 energy. Flip a coin until you get tails. For each heads, discard the top card of your opponent's deck. Awesome. But then, of course, keeping Tyrantrum in check, right? Because this thing can have 330 hit points. There's Superior, which hits it for weakness, right? 160 hit points. It's got the Regal command attack, does 20 damage for each of your Pokemon in play. So if you've got 6 Pokemon in play, that's 120 damage for 1 energy. Still not one-hit KOing. Yikes, yeah, not one-hit KOing a Tyrantrum with a special energy on it. And then Solar Coiling. If Rosa's Encouragement is in your discard pile, this attack does 150 more damage. Wow, okay, well, that'll do it. So 250 damage. Rosa's Encouragement would have to be in your discard pile. Rosa's Encouragement, I think, allows you to attach energy to a Stage 2 Pokemon. Let's see. If you're behind on prizes, you can attach 2 basic energy from your discard pile to one of your Stage 2 Pokemon. There you go, right there. That'll do it. So that's a pretty cool combo. And of course, we've got Barbaracle. Stone Arms can attach a fighting energy from your hand to one of your fighting Pokemon. You can pair that with the Tyrantrum to power up the Wreak Havoc attack. And then Doublade. It's got the Weaponized Swords attack. Reveal any number of Honedge, Doublade, and Aegislash from your hand. The attack does 60 damage for each card you revealed in this way. It's cool that you just have to reveal them. You don't have to discard them. So yeah, if there's no hand disruption, then you just kind of are building up those swords guys in your hand, and then can just kind of show them every turn. That's pretty cool. You can do a lot of damage that way. And what's crazy is that in pre-release format, you can play as many guys as you want that you pull. Like, if you pull it, you can play it. So we could see a deck with like 6 Doublade and like 8 Honedge. Oh, there's Judge in the set? That is something, huh? All right, so things are getting ready here at the shop. We'll be able to see what these players get in their kits. Their top-down cam. Oh, yeah. I'm freaking geared up and ready to go. So is Badoo. I think this is a very funny bit that Tyler has here. The whole Badoo. Why is he in a cage? Why is he in a cage? Why? I have to know. All right, let's get it going. Perfect order is here. Players have been given the green light to go ahead and open their kits. Let's see what we've got. A Doublade. Tyrantrum. Holy smokes. All right. They are excited. These guys are freaking amped up about that Tyrantrum pull. Wow. I did not anticipate the excitement surrounding the Tyrantrum. Okay. Yeah, they look like they are geeked up about Tyrantrum. Oh, no, and Tyler is upset. He's got the Superior. Okay, well, we got 3 out of the 4 there. Okay. So Doublade. Okay, and that is an Eviltall EX pull. The Tyrantrum kit has 4 Pokepads in it? Oh my god. Are you serious? Okay, well, no wonder they're so excited. Holy crap. The Tyrantrum kit has 4 pads. You're telling me that only the Superior kit has 0 Pokepads? Are you serious? Oh my god. That's so sad. Yo, the art rare Doublade? That's incredible. Oh my, I cannot believe that they did that. I cannot believe that they designed the kits where some of them have 0 Pokepad. That's like evil. That's like an evil, twisted game. Why would TPCI do that? Why would they do that for such a desirable card? Why would they give the Tyrantrum kit 4 pads and the Superior kit no pads? All right, looks like Tyler did get a Meowth EX, so that's nice. But like, oh my god. It's 0224. All right, so the Doublade kit has 2 Pokepads in it, but the Tyrantrum kit has 4 Pokepads. For context, Pokepad has been a notoriously difficult card to find, hence the pop-off there. The card did come out in Ascended Heroes, and I think is going for like between $5 and $10 a piece right now. And, obviously, pulling the Tyrantrum kit just means that you've got like $20 of Pokepads right there on the table. Yeah. You would think that Pokepad being a common card would make it easy to pull, but I don't know. I opened like 30 packs of Ascended Heroes and didn't find a single one. So, yeah. Now, the price of Pokepad should drop after this set comes out, as there will be many more packs in circulation. All right, Tyler got the Telepath Energy. That's nice. That card is so good. And Mega Starmie EX. Gosh, dude. I mean, I cannot believe. I'm so stunned that there are 0 Pokepads in the Superior kit. I cannot believe it. I'm going to be stun locked on this all night. And I hope that whoever designed this kit is listening and knows that that was a huge mistake. Like, that's a huge mistake. You're just making like 1/4 of the players that go to the pre-release are going to be feeling horrendous about their experience because they didn't get any Pokepads in their Superior kit. We saw it happen right here. Tyler was visibly upset. Oh my god, what a huge error in judgment, not putting. How hard would it have been to sneak 2 Pokepad into the Superior kit? Surely you could have done that. Surely you could have put 2 Pokepad in that freaking kit. Surely. Oh my goodness. Okay. It just seems just like a total whiff of judgment there, just like horrible judgment. But anyways, especially with how things have been going, with how difficult that card is to get, and how many players want to get their hands on it because it is that good. Pokepad is basically a master ball for Pokepad is basically a master ball for non-rule box Pokemon. So allows you to search your deck for any non-rule box Pokemon, put it into your hand. Obviously, incredible for many decks. As it is just one of the best setup cards ever printed. I mean, honestly, just one of the best setup cards ever printed is what it kind of boils down to. It's just an incredible card. Free search is always good in the Pokemon TCG. Literally, it is always good. No drawbacks. The only limitation... Oh, Pokepad. All right, we just got a Pokepad pull. The only limitation is that you cannot search out your rule box Pokemon with it. So you can't Pokepad for Meowth EX, though I have tried on stream. I have attempted, though Jesse has stopped me. Yeah, you can't do that. Oh, another Pokepad. Wow. All right. Looks like Ben Peacock is hitting the lottery over here. Pulled multiple Pokepad. And, yeah, the art rare Doublade is actually awesome. Because Jim has the Doublade kit. So having an extra Doublade is really good. And like I said, pre-release rules are that you can play as many copies of a card as you pull. So if you pull 6 Doublade, you could play 6 Doublade. That's kind of the interesting thing about pre-release format. I don't know why that's the way it is. It just is the way it is. It's just the way it is. So I'm wondering if the Doublade, if you just have to like manually attach to it, is that just kind of the wave? As we can see, Jim's got the Lagoon Duels there for his deck. Good choice, Jim. Good choice. Now players are constructing their decks. They'll have this opportunity to build 40 card decks. And the way pre-releases work, you build 40 card decks. You play 4 prize games. And most pre-release tournaments are capped at 3 rounds. So you'll play 3 rounds, which we'll get to watch here once players have finished building their decks. Usually you have about 30 minutes to build your decks. And then some shops give you more bonus packs based on how you perform. That's what we do here at Full Grip Games. I think it makes it a little bit more exciting. So players with a 3-0 record will get more bonus packs at the end. Full Art Naveen. Naveen is basically Sightseer. Discard any number of cards from your hand, then draw until you have 5 cards in your hand. Very good for a limited format, though, where drawing cards is a premium. So sure, that'll end up in Ben Peacock's deck. And we can see Tyler has got the new energy over on his side. The new growing grass energy. The growing grass energy gives the grass Pokemon it's attached to plus 20 HP. Pretty cool. Make it so the Superior has, what, 180 hit points? Yeah. Superior naturally has 160 HP, but with the growing grass energy, you've got 180 hit points. So that's pretty cool. It does get you just out of range of the Tyrantrum, I think, right? Because the Tyrantrum only does 160 damage. Only. Yeah, Tyrantrum does 160 damage. So if you've got a growing grass energy. Earlier, I did just ask our judges. Everyone at the pre-release gets at least 3 booster packs at the end. I think it might have used to be 2, like way back in the day, so I was using old information. Everybody gets at least 3 bonus booster packs at the end. And then players with a perfect 3-0 record get additional booster packs. Basically, they just get the remaining, like, based on how many 3-0s we have here at the shop, you know, the remaining booster packs get split up amongst those players. So the players that go 3-0 get a little boost at the end for their good performance. I just asked our tournament organizer, Heather, who updated me on how we do the prizing here at Full Grip Games, and I like that. I think there should be some incentive to actually, like, you know, do well. I think it makes things more fun. So I like it when 3-0s get a little bit of extra something. Feels good to get like 5 booster packs if you go undefeated. But everybody gets at least 3 packs. So even if you go defeated and lose all 3 rounds, you still get 3 booster packs at the end. So feel good experience for everybody, except if you pulled their superior pack, in which case you are not feeling good about anything. Yeah. Many shops pocket the extra booster packs and just sell them. Not us here at Full Grip Games, though. We do 3 to everybody, and then we give the extra booster packs to our best performing players. So I really like the way that we do things here at the shop. Just, you know, always looking for ways to give our players extra incentives to show up to our events, and I think that's pretty evident by the fact that we've got a 62-player midnight 62-player midnight pre-release here. Just evidence of, you know, of how the shop here runs things and how much our local players really love the scene here at Full Grip Games in Akron, Ohio. And I have to say, it is an absolute joy to be a part of this community. Just love watching these players week in and week out at League Cups, at Gym Leader Challenge League nights, at our 3Ks. Yeah, it's a great turnout tonight. I'm still just I'm so blown away that the superior kit doesn't have any Pokepads in it. I can't believe it. Also, I want to check out the secret rares from this set. I feel like I don't know what all the secret rares look like, so I'm gonna Google them. Let's take a look at these secret rares. What are the chase cards? What's your chase card, chatters? From Perfect Order. You think full art level 5 Squirtle says that the full art Meowth is better than the secret? You are kidding yourself. you are kidding yourself. Absolutely not. All right, let's go. Round number 1 of the Full Grip Games pre-release is underway. We've got Zach Praw on the right, John Patterson on the left. A Doublade Mirror. Doublade has got the weaponized swords attack, which says reveal any number of Honedge, Doublade, and Aegislash from your hand. The attack does 60 damage for each card you revealed in this way. The kit comes with triple acceleration energy. Excuse me, ignition energy. Triple acceleration energy is kind of like the olden one. And it looks like Zach is leading Klefki. I'm unfamiliar with Klefki's game, so let's take a look at that card. But apparently Klefki does 30 damage for 1 energy. Yeah, Memory Lock. Choose an attack on your opponent's active Pokemon, and during your next turn, they can't use that attack. Okay, so that is actually pretty cool. Nice little 1 energy attacker for this limited format. You could stop a Doublade from being able to use its attack, right? So that's pretty nice. I've got the Klefki right here. 70 hit points. Memory Lock. Yeah, that seems like a really nice inclusion for a limited format, as some of these guys are tough to retreat. And John's got a second energy to Honedge and Lily's Determination. Funny enough, Lily's Determination not going to go to 8. Only going to go to 6, because Lily's Determination only goes to 8 if you've got 6 prize cards remaining. And these players do not have 6 prize cards remaining. They have 4. So Lily's Determination will only draw 6. But 6 cards is a significant chunk of a 40-card deck. It looks like John was able to find a Buddy Buddy Poffin. Looks like John's going to play Pokepad, can play Pokepad to go get the Doublade. John does have 2 Metal Energy on the Hone Edge now. So we'll be able to power up that weaponized sword attack. What's up, B-Love over on Twitch with the raid. I appreciate it. Yo, welcome, welcome. Watching a Perfect Order Midnight pre-release right now happening at Full Grip Games in Akron, Ohio. We've got 62 players here tonight for the Perfect Order pre-release. We just got done watching players open their kits, build their decks, and now we're on round 1 of 3 before players open all of their bonus packs. Now, this is crazy because John actually does not have any Doublade, Hone Edge, or Aegislash in hand. So I actually, I don't know about this, right? Because John evolves Hone Edge into Doublade, and now Doublade can just get hit with the Klefki's memory lock attack. But I guess John has the option to evolve into Aegislash, right? And Aegislash actually has an attack. Slash does 80 damage for 3. So John could get to slashing. That could do it. Oh, no! But Zach actually has the attack with Doublade. Ignition energy. Holy cow. Okay. Weaponized sword just going to take this thing out. Zach Bra swinging with Doublade Ignition. Now, the thing is, the deck can only have 4 Ignition energy in it, unless Ignition energy is in the set. Right? So it might be kind of tough to stream attacks back-to-back turns, but, I mean, Zach just has, I think, like 2 Aegislash and like a... I think like 2 Aegislash and a Doublade or something like that. I mean, Zach's hand is loaded. This thing is just swinging for 180 right now. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Ignition Energy is not in the set. So you can only have the 4 Ignition Energy that come in the pre-con. It looks like John has a Lacey to play this turn. I'm not exactly sure what Lacey does, but it looks like it draws a lot of cards. Holy smokes. That's crazy. All right, Lacey, shuffle your hand into your deck and draw 4 cards. If your opponent has 3 or fewer prize cards remaining, draw 8. Well, that's pretty good in this specific situation. And now Doublade going to swing back. John hits it all off the Lacey. And now Zach is left without a Hone Edge in play. So will not be able to swing with a Doublade. Wow, John just ripped it all off the Lacey. Lacey draws up to 8. If your opponent has 3 or less prize cards remaining, which you can use after the first prize is taken. And now Zach going to use Hilda. I think using Hilda to guarantee the basic metal energy for the Klefki, which is a big deal because that Klefki can potentially stop the Doublade. Potentially. But having the bird's eye view, we can actually see that John has Aegislash and Ignition Energy in hand. This is game over. This is it. John's got Ignition Energy, Aegislash, Evolve, and Slash will take the knockout. John Patterson is your round 1 winner in the Doublade Mirror. I mean, look at Zach's hand. Zach's hand was actually entirely Pokemon, had nothing else, but no basic Pokemon, actually. It was all evolutions. So, not much there that Zach could do. John Patterson will move on to 1-0 here at the Full Grip Games Perfect Order pre-release. Congratulations to John. Lots of games still finishing up here in the tournament hall. We've got 62 players here tonight, so big turnout. Lots of games happening. We'll have 2 more games to showcase on our broadcast before a rapid fire pack opening concludes the stream. Players have all been invited to open their bonus booster packs under the camera so that we can get a glimpse of those hits, so we can see those hits, baby. That's what we're trying to do. Trying to see those hits. Love checking out the hits. Looks like we got another Doublade deck on the left. Jim. All right, we've got some fighting energy. Could be Barbaracle. Could be Tyrantrum. Well, it's funny that there's Enhanced Hammers in these decks, because Enhanced Hammer can really knock down the HP of the Tyrantrum. Or are we going to see Barbaracle from Alejandro? Barbaracle has got the Stone Arms ability. Once during your turn, you can attach a basic fighting energy from your hand to one of your fighting Pokemon. And does 80 damage. Not great, I'm going to be honest. 80 damage. Yeah, not really a valid attacker. I was telling chat the other day that we just placed an order for new chairs for the stream table, so very excited about that. Jameson, I told Jameson that we needed new chairs for our stream table, because the chairs that we're having players sit in right now, they're just, they're not special. They're just chairs. All right, they're metal chairs with like a little bit of a pad on them. That's it. But I asked Jameson if Jameson would be open to the idea of upgrading our chairs, and Jameson said, okay, well, price out some options for me. And I'm like, okay, well, there's some that we could get, like some gamer chairs from Sam's Club we could get, or like there's these nice, refurbished like steel case chairs that I use in my studio, or we could get the Secret Lab Pokemon limited edition chairs. And as soon as Jameson saw the Pikachu and the Gengar ones, yeah, he was sold. So he was like, all right, yeah, we got to order those. So we put in an order for one of the Pikachu Secret Lab chairs and one of the Gengar Secret Lab chairs. Now, they're not going to be here for a few months because like it takes a little while for those things to show up. They're like on pre-order or whatever, and they sell out pretty quick. But I'm really stoked about it. So the production value is about to go up even further once we get those crazy Secret Lab chairs here. Going to be looking nice. Looks like Alejandro is playing the Barbaracle deck. It's got a Landorus in the active spot. Let's see what this Landorus does. Landorus got 2 attacks. Rock Tumble does 50 damage. And Screw Knuckle does 120. Jim's got a great start with Lily's Determination. Fill the hand to 8. Not 8, 6. Excuse me. Just 6. Since it is a 4-prize game. Now it looks like Alejandro's got Colress's Tenacity. Can go get Stadium and an energy card. Landorus is only doing 50 damage with that Rock Tumble attack. I see people talking about F1 racing in their YouTube chat. Listen, I don't know a lick about F1 racing. I don't know a single thing about it. However, Monster Energy just came out with the new Lando Norris drink. I had never heard of dude, okay? But Lando Norris's Monster drink is delicious, I have to say. So that's my favorite F1 racer is Lando Norris because he's got a delicious drink. Oh, it looks like Alejandro actually has Premium Power Pro in hand. It's so good. I think the Lando Norris monster is like the best monster that they've ever cooked up. It literally is the tastiest monster that they make. And there are like 100 monster flavors now. It is so good. Premium Power Pro with the Rock Tumble. Alejandro going on the aggressive there with a quick turn 2 knockout. But Jim will not be deterred. He's got Enhanced Hammer. Bounce that Rocky Fighting Energy to the discard pile. Evolves into Doublade. And now has got another Lily's Determination for 6. Going to see if Jim can find the ignition energy that he needs and a couple of pieces, but doesn't find any evolutions. Got 1 Poképad, I think. So Poképad can search out 1 Aegislash piece, but it's got to be a Honedge. Like at a certain point, if you don't get a backup Pokemon, Alejandro could evolve into Barbaracle and fire off a Screw Knuckle with Landorus. Yeah, and at a certain point, it's like, it's not really worth... Well, of course it's not worth attacking with the Doublade because Jim can't do any damage. So, where do you put the... I think you put a basic metal on the bench Honedge and say pass. Yeah, I would rather see it on the bench Honedge. I don't... The active... I'd rather put it on the bench, I think, because you could always just attach Ignition to the active if you're able to get a piece in your hand. All right, another Fighting Energy. And Swatter. Okay. He's got 2 Ignition Energies in hand. The Energy Swatter will toss one of those to the bottom of the deck. And then Lanner's just Rock Tumble for 50, putting the pressure on. And this is a huge top deck for Jim. Jim finds Dawn. That is a crazy top deck. See, and this is where I would put the top deck, like Foghorn. Burr, 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 top deck. All right, just imagine it. That's gonna be. I'm gonna weave that into my production. Okay. Burr, 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 top deck. You know, I'm not set on like the delivery yet, or if there's gonna be a Foghorn. But like, we'll figure it. We're gonna workshop it, okay? Just imagine like some slick like animation popping up, like a bowling animation, but it's like it says Top Deck. Yeah, something like that. And then I can just press the button on my Stream Deck, and then it just happens, Boom, Doublade taking the knockout. And this is why I wanted that basic metal on the bench hone edge. That would have been ideal. I think for this exact situation, right? Because putting the basic metal on the bench hone edge, then you could just go ignition energy. And it looks like Binacle has like a double draw attack, so that's what Alejandro is going to be doing. Yo, and huge thank you to Lucky Penny Benny over there on YouTube joining the YouTube membership. Thank you so much, Lucky Penny Benny, for becoming a YouTube member. Shouts to Benny over on YouTube. Let's go. Another member has been added. Oh my gosh, another Dawn? And now this Doublade is just on a roll. Alejandro has to find Judge. Or something like that. Hilda is not quite going to get there. Probopass? Off the Hilda? What the heck is Probopass doing? Can do 260 damage with its nose bumper. Yeah, Probopass. It's looking like Alejandro's just cooked. I think this game's over. Well, now Jim's decision to attach that basic energy to the active Doublade is actually paying off, even though it's only holding on with 50 hit points. The basic energy on the Doublade has allowed Jim to continue swinging. And I think this Doublade is going to be able to go the distance. And since Doublade doesn't have to discard with Weaponized Swords, I mean, you just keep presenting, you're like, here are the guys. I still have them. They're still here. I'm still doing like infinite damage. All right. Does the Hippo down have any game? What's he do? Sand attack. During your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon tries to attack. Okay. They have to flip a coin to do the attack. Now, Jim could maybe evolve out of this or retreat. It looks like retreating is going to be Jim's option. Retreat into the new Doublade. And then with the ignition energy. And that is game. Jim Weaverling advancing to 2-0. The Doublade deck. Back-to-back Doublade dubs. On stream tonight. Round 1 was a Doublade mirror. Yeah, there's got to be a 2-0 Tyrantrum deck. There's got to be. 62 players. There's one right there. Holy cow. Doublade versus Tyrantrum. No way. No way. Oh my God. Doublade, knock it out. The sleeveless Doublade deck. Holy cow. Did you guys see that? The sleeveless Doublade just freaking knocked out a 330 hit point. Oh, that's Joe Cordell. Joe Cornell with the huge KO. Joe Cordell going sleeveless, dude. Crazy KO there. 330 hit point Tyrantrum. Doesn't matter. Sign the slip. Ooh, Fran's got the nice mouse hold sleeves. Looking good. Full art Pokepad in hand too. Sheesh. Looks like Fran has got a fighting deck. All right, who we got our money on, chat? We'll set up a prediction over on Twitch. If you're watching on Twitch, you can bet your tricky points on this. Let's bet on this. I know. I didn't have anything for Thad. The Fran clan. It's nice. It rhymes, right? The Fran fans of the Fran clan. But the Thad, what are the Thad? The Thad clad, dude? That's not a thing. All right, Fran. Going to be starting off. Going first. Opens Bunnelby. Holy, is there a Diggersby? I don't know. It's got 70 hit points. There is a Diggersby. All right. Diggersby Earthquake. Whew, 140 for 1. That's pretty good. And it looks like Thad may have a Mega Starmie in his deck. Because he's got the star. He's got the Staryu, dude. So, yeah, Thad might be throwing a Mega Starmie EX our way. And it looks like Fran going to be going on the offensive with the energy swatter and is swatting that water energy that Thad probably wanted for Mega Starmie. Also revealing the fact that Thad has got a crushing hammer in hand. And let's see if it hits. No. And Thad is rocking a turn 1. Judge is going Judge the Madman. Had the option to go Lily or Judge. Opted for Judge. Both players going to shuffle, draw 4. The Thad Chads. There you go. All right. Thank you for helping me with that rhyme. The Fran clan and the Thad Chads. There you go. All right. Attached to Landorus. Pass. That seems like a risky move from Thad. Drayden. Let's show off that Mega Starmie that Thad has in deck. Jet Below. 120 damage, 50 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. It could just wreak havoc on this game. What the heck does Drayden do? Look at the top, maybe 7. Take a Pokemon and a trainer. Is that what it is? How do you spell Drayden? Drayton. Ah, okay. It's Drayton. I was spelling it with a D. With 2 Ds. God, I had it. Look at the top 7. Take a Pokemon and a trainer. Yes. So Fran was able to evolve up into Tyrunt. And Thad has got Hilda. Here it is. You Hilda for the Mega Starmie in the water. Oh my God. It's just that easy. And you can see that look of confidence on Thad's face. That's right. I've got Mega Starmie. And there he is. So good, dude. First Mega to hit the board tonight. Mega Starmie. 330 hit points. 2 attacks. Jet Blow, 120 damage, 50 to a bench Pokemon. And then Nebula Beam, 210 damage. And this Mega Starmie is coming in hot. Coming in real hot, actually. We'll just knock out the Bunnelby, place 50 damage on the Tyrunt. Thad smells blood going in. But here is Tyrantrum. And Fran has to try and find, I think, a special energy off of this Lily's Determination. Bench Hawlucha, Lily's Determination. If Fran can find one of those rocky fighting energies in her deck, then Tyrannically Gutsy will make it so that Tyrantrum has base 330 HP. Thad would not be able to take that knockout. Let's see. 6 cards. Can she find it? There it is. Huge rip for the Fran clan there. Rocky fighting energy. You can see Thad just, yeah, that thing's got 330 hit points, is doing 160 damage. Not a 2-hit KO. Starmie just barely dodging the 2-hit KO. Fran is really, really, flipping that die. All right, tails. And Mega Starmie can survive 2 of those hits. And another judge from Thad. Both players going to go to 4 cards. Now you have to be careful as Thad. If the Mega Starmie goes down, that is 3 prize cards. I mean, I guess you can afford to let the Mega Starmie go down. I mean, Thad wouldn't lose. Fran would still have to take 1 more. All right, taps all around. Both players get 4. Thad's got a handful of energy, but does have Barbaracle in play now. Will attach for turn to the Mega Starmie and then use Barbaracle's ability to accelerate an extra energy into play to the bench. Because Stone Arms can only accelerate energy to fighting Pokemon. So Thad attaching for turn to Starmie, signaling maybe that he's going to want to retreat this Starmie next turn after it gets hit again. Now the Hawlucha on Fran's bench has a 1 energy attack. Revenge Kick does 30 damage. Plus 60 more if any of your bench Pokemon have any damage counters on them. So that is useful. Fran is able to find a couple more fossils. I'm not sure if the Tyrantrum deck has Premium Power Pro. I don't know. I know one of the kits does. I think it's the Barbaracle kit does. But this is the first we're seeing of the Tyrantrum kit on stream so far. Or like the first game, I should say. And I think Fran may be realizing that the Tyrantrum does not KO. All right, there's 1 discard off of the Tyrantrum. And a Tails. Wreak Havoc for another 160 damage. That is 320 damage on the Mega Starmie, living with just 10 hit points left. Now the Tyrantrum has got 170 damage on it. And Thad has a Lily's Determination. Is going extra water energy to the Starmie. And really, Fran looking like she's in a tough spot. As she doesn't have a backup attacker ready to go. However, this Starmie only needs to be dealt 10 more damage. And Thad will lose 3 prize cards. Now, Tyrantrum has got 110 hit points remaining. So Starmie can take a double knockout. And then Thad would just have to take his final prize with the Landorus. And I have to imagine that... Am I doing my math right? Let's see, 170. No, I'm doing my math wrong. Holy crap. The Tyrantrum's got 160 hit points left. Not 110. So Starmie does not take a double knockout this turn. That's big. Wait, is that an enhanced hammer? No, it looks like Thad going with a second attack on the Mega Starmie. Nebula Beam, 210 damage. Gonna clear that Tyrantrum. Fran has got a bench Tyrunt to evolve, has to send up a fossil. Desperately needs an energy. Fran does not have an energy right now. Only has Drayden in hand. And Drayden gets a Pokemon and a trainer card off the top 7. And look, those energy. Fran needs those energies so bad. But doesn't have any. Fran would have to take Lily's Determination for next turn. Pokemon Catcher seems like a risky move for Fran. Pokemon Catcher's not going to do it. I think Fran needs to take Lily's Determination to try and get an energy next turn. But I guess actually Thad just wins without Fran having an energy. Yeah, there is no next turn. Now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, Fran cannot promote something that doesn't lose to Starmie. So, yeah, the Pokemon Catcher is actually the only choice Fran has. Tails, Fran loses instantly. Does find heads. And I think the Barbaracle getting dragged up into the active spots. Barbaracle has a retreat cost of 2, but Thad has 2 fighting energy in hand and can just retreat it and win. And we know this. Oh, Surfer! And you can tell Fran is not happy. And that is GG's. Thad taking the round 3 win at the pre-release. Classic maneuver here from Fran. Flip over cards until you see the thing you needed and say, dang, I wasn't even close. Classic gamer move there. GG's to both these players. Fran going to end with a record of 2-1 with her Tyrantrum deck. But Thad going the distance, undefeated with Mega Starmie and Barbaracle. GG's. Congrats to Thad on that dub. Big dub for the Thad Chads. Now we're going to get to watch players open their bonus packs on stream. It's the best part of the night, folks. The best part of the night. Let's freaking go. Let's get those packs. Show hits, show hits. What do we got, Fran? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? All right, the grower energy. What do we got, Thad? What do we got? Another Tyrantrum. Nice. Double special energy. That's cool. Double special energy. Mega Starmie. Pokepad, big hit there, Fran. We got a Probo Pass from Joe Rowe. Yo, the Meowth, let's go! The secret Meowth. Yes, and you can tell how geeked Fran is about that. Huge hit there for Fran, the secret Meowth. Wow, let's go! Oh, you can tell how excited Fran is about that hit. That would be my chase card in the set. For sure. Awesome hit. Looks like we got a full art Rosa there too. Full art Rosa. Nice. Reverse Pokepad. Decidueye EX. Pokepad and a secret Meowth in the same pack. It's broken. Let's go. Fran may have lost her final Swiss round, but you could tell how excited she is about that hit. Full art Pokepad. Let's go. Yeah. Love watching these guys open some good cards. That's awesome. This is my favorite part of the night. Buy a lot. Another full art Pokepad. And a regular art Meowth. Very nice. Lapras EX. Yo, let's show some love to Lapras EX. Not enough people talking about, yo, full art Pokepads. Nice. 3 of them. Not enough people talking about Lapras EX. It's probably... Wait, was that a Lapras? Is there a Lapras EX even in this set? I guess there is. We just saw it opened. Eviltall EX. Starmie, Mega Starmie. Maybe Fran wanted the what's that dude's name again? The pink guy. I know who that is, but for some reason I'm blanking on it. It's probably because it's 2:15 a.m. It's way past my bedtime. Spritzy. That's right. Aromatisse. Yeah, Aromatisse Jr. Correct. Oh, is that the Aurorus? Oh, the double the double Aurorus. Oh, yeah, that's pretty cool. In the same pack. Nice. Oh, Fran wants to build the Mega Clefable deck and was looking for Spritzy and Aromatisse. Oh. Nice. Fran loves to just like fixate on a new Pokemon and build a deck around it. That's hype. I'm excited for Fran. So if you discard 4 energy from hand, Mega Clefable, 160 plus 120. That doesn't seem great, folks. Gonna be honest. Seems pretty bad. Ooh, Lumio City. Hype. Awful lot of you standing around, but no hits. Show hits. Where are the hits? I desire more hits. I need hits. Show hits. Show hits. There you go. There's Fran's Mega Clefable. You can tell she's excited about that. Joshua over on YouTube says, are there any cards that help GLC format? Absolutely. Telepath Energy is one of the strongest cards. Insane. Pokepad's an incredibly strong card. The Telepath Energy is certainly the strongest GLC card in the set. Other than Pokepad, which is the strongest GLC card in the set. But Telepath Energy is the best new card for sure. All right. We fresh out of hits. I feel like the packs have dried up, folks. We got to watch a lot of great cards get open, though. A lot of full art Pokepads. The secret Meowth. Some awesome art rares as well. Huge thank you to everybody who stayed up late watching the pre-release tonight. Wait. Hold. More hits. Show hits. Let's go. We got some buzzer beater packs here. Decidueye EX. Yo, full art Clefable. Let's go. Full art Mega Clefable. Swag. Decidueye. Swag. Growing Energy. Yo, what do we got? Art Rare Doublade. That card is awesome. My favorite art rare in the set for sure. Art Rare Doublade looks so nice. And a full art Decidueye. Oh, yeah. Dugong. Very nice. Some nice hits we got there. Love it. Thank you for putting the hits on display. Yeah, these kids, they got content on the mind. They know how to show off for the content. Thank you. An excellent display of hits. I think those must be Joe Rose kids. Awesome. Oh, that's so cute. It's great that they do that together as a family. All right, and I think that is going to do it for the stream tonight. Thank you all so much for joining me for the midnight pre-release at Full Grip Games. It was a lot of fun. I'm out of here. It's late. Almost 2:30 a.m. You guys have a great weekend. I'll be back next week with some more Pokemon TCG action on Twitch and YouTube. Tricky Jim. I'll see you later. Have a great night. Goodbye.